This is I Only Touch Greatness Remix. Scan the code and follow.
Yo, what up? What up? This is your boy TQ on the podcast with my main man Hayes. We only touch greatness, baby. West Side.
But it's
you got some good podcasts where people just lighten up. You got some good ones where they suited and booted. So depends. Yeah.
What he's saying is we also interview a lot of sports people that are on teams that might not find that important. So
exactly.
I understand both sides of it, but like you were saying about the creative control part, I kind of want the creative control to be able to choose to do that.
Right, for sure. I feel you.
They Never Saw Me Coming is a classic album. That's one of my favorites, obviously, with West Side being in my top 3.
Thank you.
Bye Bye Baby, If I Ruled the World, If I Want to Fuck Your Sister, that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Comeback, I love The Comeback as well. We used to bump all your shit back in the day. It was
no awesome. Shit. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And you know, me and you did a song back in the day. I don't know if you remember that.
I do. I do.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I appreciate that. Too.
Long ass time ago. Yeah.
Actually, that was like 2006. Shut up. Yeah. My dog's barking over here. His name's Tupac.
I love it. West Side, homie. Yeah.
French bulldog with the big fat gold chain.
Ah, sweet.
Okay. Would you say that They Never Saw Me Coming album was probably your favorite or best, or what would be your favorite album?
You know, I listen to my stuff from a different set of ears, because, you know, I'm listening at growth, right? And I'm a songwriter, so it's just, for me, it's always about the wordplay and the lyrics. So it's not my favorite. I think that it has I don't even know if I even put it with everything else, to be honest, because I don't know. I don't really compare it to any of the other ones. When I start talking about my favorite ones, I always leave that one out subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Like it was my first time being. It's like those things that I wanted to talk about. I talked about on They Never Saw Me Coming. Like the producers and the other writers and stuff that I was working with at the time. They was amazed at how fast I worked on that album, but what they didn't understand is like those concepts I had in my head for so long, and I was trying to get out. I was trying to tell those stories for so long that it was easy. Once I was able to get on the type of beats that I needed, all that was just gonna come out easy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I put that one kind of on a pedestal or off to a side, and I kind of look at the growth, man. I will say that my favorite song that I wrote was on that album. That was Better Days. And it's still my favorite.
Okay, yeah, I remember that song. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the thing about Daily. You got a line in the song Daily where you talk about like I've been doing a new album and it's got me working daily. That's how I'd be telling girls that for years when I was doing music. When I still did music, I was telling girls that same line. And now that I'm doing the podcast, they're like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" I'm like, "No, I can't. I got music. I'm doing the podcast, and it's got me working daily."
That's it, man. They don't understand.
Yeah, they don't understand. Not at all. The second album was awesome. Like I was saying, that was one of my favorites. Daily was up there, and of course you had this track with Lazy Bone. And I was wondering what the mix-up was with the One Day song, because I believe they changed the name over in Europe and stuff. They had it featuring somebody else. It was really E40.
Yeah, that was a mess, man. They had at the time the label was kind of fighting with each other because my record I wasn't really doing that well over here, but I was doing great in Europe and Asia. So I was spending most of my time over there. I was working with artists from over there, producing and writing with artists from over there and everything. But I was an American artist. So I guess from the top of the label, the American side was getting a lot of heat because I wasn't selling no units over here. So when I was recording the second album, the US company was basically trying to keep the Europe and Asian side from hearing it until it was finished, I guess. And those are the people that was working for me. So I literally played some of it for one of the A&R people over there. Left it in the office or left it in a car or something, and they got the copy of it that wasn't done. And 40 had rapped on one song, which was One Day. He didn't like it. He didn't like his verse. He wanted to rap on another song. So Mike had done another song. I don't remember if Mike played it for 40 or somebody played it for 40. And 40 was like, I'll do a verse on this song instead. And that was can't even think of the name of the song slips my mind right now. But anyway, we got lazy on the original song that 40 did. But when I played it overseas for the A&R person on the CD that I left over there, it still had 40's verse on it. So the international company was ready to put my second album out. The US side decided they was going to shelf the second album because I went on tour with Dre and Snoop. They didn't want me to do that. They shelved the second album. The international company put out the CD that I left in the office. And that's how that happened. 40 found out about it. He ain't like it. It was a mess. It was a mess.
Jeez. Why would the label not want you going on tour with Snoop and Dre? That sounds like a hell of a good tour.
Idiots. I have no idea. I did it anyway, so whatever.
Yeah. Was that the Up in Smoke tour?
Yeah, that was Up in Smoke.
Okay, yeah. Did you come to Vancouver for that? Were you in the Vancouver show?
Yeah, yes, we did. That was one of the best shows on the trip.
Yeah, it was. I actually saw you guys in Seattle. I went down to see you in Seattle.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Key Arena.
Because that was where Daz and Krupp could actually make it across the border back then.
Right. Exactly.
They couldn't.
That was the only place they got over. They didn't get over to well, none of us got to Toronto. And they didn't get over somewhere else they was trying to go and they couldn't get in either.
Yeah. Okay, I remember the song with Sarah Connor, and I see you got the frame in the background.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And the question was, were you living in Europe, which you've just answered a few minutes ago?
Yeah.
But that was in the United Kingdom. How long did you spend over there?
About 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, then I guess I had a little flat for longer than that, but I guess about 3 years altogether.
Okay. Yeah. And you enjoy it over there?
Yeah, it was cool, man. They really accepted my music. They really accepted my songwriting, my production. You know, I did a lot more pop dance type stuff over there, but it allowed me to just explore different kinds of music, but do my thing on top of different kinds of music. And I think it kind of left its mark because you see a lot of mashing up of things over there now. Like a lot of even our artists, they go over there and they do songs with artists over there in that vein. You know what I'm saying? But it meshes well because they've been hearing the mixing of American and UK or German or French artists for so long.
You're tuning into
I love it, man.
Greatness Podcast, Vancouver's best show with Ryan Hayes.
Often imitated but never duplicated, I Only Touch Greatness Podcast with Ryan Hayes.
Looking for the most beers on tap?
Great steaks, great staff. Head over to the John B.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Say Hayes sent you.